Dlamini, but she's represented by Honorable Pito Noe from Free State. That is the only apology that I have, Chair, that I move to register to this meeting. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Chief Whip. Colleagues, there's an apology of Honorable Dlamini, who's undergoing an op. Do we accept the apology?
Chairperson, I move that the apology be accepted. Free State.
Thank you very much, Honorable House Chair. Any seconder?
Thanks, Chairperson. Honorable Mulukume, I second.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mulukume. We'll now move on to the next item, which is the adoption of the agenda. Can I get the mover?
So move, Chair.
Chairperson,
Yes.
thank you, Chair. Honorable Jane Mananiso, I second the move for the adoption of the agenda.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mananiso. Chief Whip, I keep on Secretary, I keep on losing my documents here. Don't know what's happening with my, okay, there you are. Okay, that's fine. We'll now move on to the next item, which is the consideration of the minutes of the minutes of the 12th. Page 1. I'll go through them page by page. If there's anyone who wants to correct something, please do indicate. Page 2. Page 3.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable.
Chair.
Can you mute your mic? Honorable Nonkonyane.
Chair, no, I was on the second page, but you have passed. There's this proposal by Honorable Manani, so I couldn't understand that sentence. If the Secretariat can just improve it so that it makes sense. I'm sure it's a typographical error somewhere. I don't know what she was proposing to accept or amendment to a report. Which report? It is not clear from the minute, but it is only that on that page.
Okay. We are noting that, Secretary. So if we can have that sentence clarified so that it is clear what is it that we want to, in fact, it spoke to the column that needed to be added on the matters arising with regards to the status. So if we could just, I remember it was around that. So if we could just phrase it correctly. Thank you very much, Honorable Nonkonyan. We'll now move on to the next page. Page 4 of 9. Page 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 'Those were the minutes of the 12th of September, honorable members. Can I then put them for adoption before the House?
I move, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Nonkonyana. Any seconder?
I second, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mukweli. We'll now step off this item. Obviously, I take it that with the amendments as indicated by Honorable Nonkonyan.
Yes, Chair.
Yes. Secretary, can you revert to the agenda? We'll now take the next item, which is the
That's arising, Chair.
matters arising from
Yes.
previous meetings.
Yes, Chair.
Over to you, Advocate.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. The implementation schedule has been distributed, Chair, and accordingly, for clarity's sake, Honorable Nkonyeni, the last column that was referred to in the minutes is the last column in the implementation schedule. It refers to, as proposed, progress insofar as the matters which were raised in the last meeting are concerned. I will start with the date of the 12th. We had questions to the President that was done, and thereafter we had the proceedings resuming to deal with the report of the Select Committee on Security and Justice on the draft notices. There were 3 draft notices relating to the salaries of magistrates. That was adopted, those reports were adopted by the House. Then we had the provincial week starting from the 16th to the 28th of September. That was completed. We also had the sitting on the 19th of September, which was also to take place during the provincial week. And as it is common knowledge, that sitting was postponed until further notice. We are in the process of getting confirmation from the Office of the Deputy President. Insofar as those questions are concerned, I think there's an indication on the program that the questions have been scheduled provisionally. Then we had the constituency period commencing from the 23rd of September to the 7th of October. Then we proceeded to the 26th of September, and we had the NCOP strategic planning session, which took place during the constituency period. The 3rd of October, we had a sitting to consider the report of the Select Committee on Cooperative Governance for the intervention in Tabazimbi in terms of Section 139(1)(c) of the Constitution. That report was dealt with and adopted by the House. Then on the 8th of October, we had questions to Cluster 2A, Social Services, Basic Education and Higher Education. Then the plenary of the 9th of October was postponed until further notice, and that was consistent with the rules and the discussions that took place in the House previously, that only ministers may take questions in the House. To that effect, the chairperson received the letters of apology from the ministers that for various reasons they will not be available, and that is why that question session was postponed. Thank you very much. That takes us to the end of matters arising from the minutes of the previous meeting.
Thank you very much, Advocate. Colleagues, here are the matters that we discussed and deliberated on in the previous meeting for implementation. This is the progress report. Any inputs that you want to make with regards to what was put before us? I see Honorable Mukwele, Honorable Khatebe's hands are up in that order. And also Honorable Mabilo.
Thanks very much, Chairperson, and greetings to honorable members in the platform. Chair, let me also appreciate and welcome the progress so far. But the only question that I want to ask the Chair through you is that the questions that that meeting that was postponed for the Deputy President. I just wanted to check that sitting was postponed up until further notice, and then it will be rescheduled as per the report. But I want to check that because I mean it was the meeting that was supposed to take place in the previous quarter. Now we are in the new quarter. I just want to check that it will be rescheduling that meeting. It is still going to be relevant because the quarter has been passed. We all know that the reason why the president was not there, he was not feeling well, all of us we know. But I wanted to check that once we pass the quarter, when we'll be taking that question, that the same sitting in the next quarter is still going to be relevant. That is the clarity that I want to get. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Honorable Mukwele. Honorable Khatebe.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning, everyone on the platform. First of all, I'd like to appreciate the progress report on the implementation of the decisions which we had. I was also going to lash on the issue of the questions to the Deputy President. I think that lost slot of the Deputy President, because it was something beyond his control, I request that it must be put in this term. It means that there must be an extra slot for him so that he can come and account. That's what I suggest, Chair. And then on the issue of the stress session, which we had, I think that it went well, and then good decisions were taken. But what is critical then is the implementation thereof, that we must ensure that before the 29th of November, it is adopted by both houses, because it becomes a strat plan of Parliament. I think that if we can be given the roadmap on the side of the Secretary to Parliament, what are the follow-up meetings which we must have so that we ensure that the strat plan is delivered on time. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Khatebe. Honorable Mabilo.
Very good morning, Chairperson, and all the members, including the Secretary to the NCOP. Chair, I think I'm fairly covered by my two colleagues. Safe to say that one is very much comfortable with the schedule of implementation, which is a response to all the matters that arose in that meeting of the 12th. So I'm fairly covered, Chair, and I move that we support the implementation of the matters arising, because that constitute progress of all the decisions that we have taken. That is well kept. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mabilo. Honorable Deputy Chairperson. Honorable Governor.
Chair, just the... Yes.
Your network doesn't seem to be good, Honorable Deputy Chair. If you could just try move a bit slightly, we're losing you.
Okay, I'm in the office, so I hope it is better now.
Yes, now we can hear you now. You can proceed.
Okay, no, thank you, Chair. I was just greeting all the colleagues on the platform as well as members of the staff. Chair, I was just saying the issue of the Deputy President, I want to take it a bit further. Do we have a status on the Deputy President's health right now? Because if we are going to reschedule, we need to know that the Deputy President will be in some a good state of health so that he will be able to attend. And I don't know what the situation would be should the Deputy President still be unavailable in this term. I need to be guided by the advocate. What happens if the deputy president is still not available? How do we proceed on that issue? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. I think I will also request advocate to add on this matter. Colleagues, indeed, it's true that the deputy president could not make it due to the reasons that were cited to us, and accordingly, we did accept his apology. Now, in essence, we did write back to them, and also to say that they must indicate when would he be available for the response in the House. And obviously, I agree, Honorable Mukwele, that time has lapsed. Perhaps I would suggest that the questions that were before us for oral reply for the quarter that we've just gone past be forwarded in writing to us, so that we know that we did receive the responses, because obviously they were ready. And if the meeting does allow us to do that, we can simply write to them and circulate the responses to the honorable member. Obviously, in this quarter, he still has to come and appear. We are in constant contact with his office. But then the indication that I can give to the meeting, just to allay the fear, the date that we have given them is around the 10th of December for him to be able to come and respond to the House. So those are the two matters. The first one that I would request is that we accept those, the report be converted into written responses, and then the next sets of responses in this quarters be delivered by him on the set date that we shall have secured, which will then be communicated in our next programming meeting. Advocate, if there's anything that you want to add in that regard, you may.
President, thank you very much. If the decision is that the deputy president, and it's correct, Chair, that we arrange these dates in consultation with the office of the deputy president. I do not want to speculate about whether the deputy president would be present or would be available or not available. And if the decision, Chair, is that the questions which were put to the deputy president previously should be converted into questions for written reply, then it would not be necessary for the deputy president to give us an additional date, because as I've indicated, and as you have also indicated, Chair, the indications were that the deputy president may give us an indication, an additional date to replace the date which was lost in the previous quarter. So we can pursue the two options, Chair. I think I shall, in consultation with you after this meeting, Chair, look at those two possibilities and look at which one would be the most suitable in the circumstances.
No,
thank you very much.
No, thanks, Advocate. I see the hands of Honorable Briet. You'll be the first, followed by Honorable Nonkonyana, and followed by Honorable Chief Whip, Honorable Mukwele, Honorable Khatebe. You'll be Honorable Khatebe. And I see, they've since disappeared, the other hands. Okay, there's also Honorable Badenhorst, Honorable Nwabisa. Those are the hands for now.
So, ma'am,
Yes,
my
I
hand is
did. Okay, you'll be the last, Honorable Mananis.
Thanks, Chair. Can I start?
Yes, you may.
Thanks, Chairperson. Chair, my first submission would be, and I think Advocate Bendela said it very nicely. I do not think the questions that were set for oral reply for the deferred meeting must be converted to written replies. I think there's a specific reason you ask oral replies, and that is to have a follow-up. So I would really strongly suggest and agree with Advocate Pandela that we have a second session and that we keep those questions, or then add an opportunity to because we will have an opportunity to pose more questions on the 7th of November. But if I remember correctly, and maybe the programming whip can come in here, we already have a proposed date for then in actual fact the second questions to the Deputy President for this term then. So I think that is, yes, on Tuesday, the 3rd of December, there is already that proposed one that we're going to get in. So I think I would like to propose we leave it at that, to make sure that we can continue. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Breed. The next hand was Honorable Nonkonyane.
Chair and colleagues on the platform, good morning. Thank you, Chair. I was going to raise the same issue as Honorable Breed is raising, but in a different context, whether the rules allow that questions that have been posed for an oral reply, we can just convert them ourselves. But I'm inclined, therefore, to suggest, therefore, that we need to consider slotting it somewhere, in my view. That's all, Chair. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Honorable Nonkonyane. Honorable Mokwele.
No, thanks very much, Chair. Chair, in fact, I've been covered by Honorable Briet to say that indeed, when we accept the written response by the Deputy President, as it is fine like that, remember we still need to have the follow-up question. So I think that maybe if we can just follow that proposal from Honorable Brian, as the Secretary has also given us those options to say that maybe we stick to another date so that when he responds, then we can still have the issue of the follow-up. So in fact, I'm covered by Honorable Brian. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mokwele. Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you, Chairperson. I think the last three speakers, including both Honorable Nonkonyane and Honorable Mokwele, I think they are on patch. I suspect when you go through the next item from the programming whip, Chair, there will be an indication that an extra session on the 3rd of December has been proposed for questions to the Deputy President, but it's also coming back. He will be with us also on the 7th of November. So provision has already been made in the proposed program to accommodate the DP to be able to mitigate the last session when he could not due to his health. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much. Colleagues, there seem to be 4 speakers already that unanimously agree that the Deputy Speaker must still be afforded an opportunity to come and deliver those responses to the House for follow-up. Now, I just want to check from the other speakers without depriving them of an opportunity to speak, if were they on the same matter in agreement with what has already been alluded to, or is there a dissenting view in that regard?
I'm covered from my side, Honorable Mananis.
Okay.
Chairperson, I'm also in agreement with the issue of an extra date. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. No, thanks. No, it would seem like all of us, we were in agreement. And as such, colleagues, we will then indicate to the Deputy Minister to have both dates secured from his side so that he's able, unless there's any other information that might come forth, will also accordingly relay that to the members as well for consideration. No, thank you very much. We will now move on to
Chairperson,
yes,
can you
yes,
correct
Honorable
something?
Khatem.
You've just demoted the deputy president to the deputy minister. Please correct that.
Did I say that? Oh, my sincere apology. The Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa. Thank you for that correction, Honorable Khatebe. We'll now move on to the next item, which is the draft report on the programming.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning to honorable members on the platform. I'm going to present the draft third-term parliamentary program, Chairperson. Can it be flat? Thank you. Today is the 10th of October, honorable members, of which we have the programming committee meeting that is taking place now from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. The party caucuses are supposed to sit from 10 o'clock to 12:30, then 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. We'll have provincial delegates meeting. 2 o'clock, we'll have the plenary that will consider the questions to cluster 2C on social services. And on Friday, which is tomorrow, the 11th of October, we'll have the Select Committee on Cooperative Governance that will take place from 9 o'clock to 1. And then that was supposed to, and also at 9 to 1, the joint committees were supposed to sit, but Chair already indicated in terms of the joint committees that they are going to be consolidated, not long. So after we have that in place, then the joint committees will be able to sit. On the 14th of October, there is that is the constituency day. 15th of October, from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock, we'll have select committee meetings that will take place. And then 2 o'clock, the cluster 2D will sit to consider those questions, which is plenary at 2 o'clock. Then the 15th of October, that is the continuation of the 15th of October on the Select Committee of Finance. The 16th of October, the committees will proceed sitting at 10 to 1. And then 2 o'clock, we'll have plenary that will take place on executive statement by the minister. 17th of October, we'll have party caucuses that will sit from 10 to 12. 18th of October, the joint committee meetings will sit, and also the member support and facility forum will take place from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. The 21st of October is the constituency day. The 22nd of October, 1 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And then the constituency, the committee oversight week will start, Chairperson, from the 21st, of which we know that this day is used for traveling, until the 21st of October. And safe to indicate that, Chairperson, the select committees will have their committee oversight on this week that will take place from those dates. And also the 28th of October is Constituency Day. The 29th of October we'll have committees that will take place from 10 until 1 o'clock, and then before that at 8:30 to 9:45, the committee of chairpersons meeting will have taken place before the committees that will start at 10 to 1, and then 2 o'clock we'll have the plenary on questions to cluster 3A on governance. The 30th of October, the committees, the Provincial Whips Forum, which is the closed meeting, will take place from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 1, the committees will sit, and then the plenary will continue on cluster 3B to sit at 2. On the 31st of October, from 8:30 to 10 o'clock, the programming committee meeting will take place, followed by the party caucuses that will sit at 10 to 12:30, and the select committee on appropriation will have their meeting at 12 to 2. The provincial delegates meeting will take place from 1 to 2. And 2 o'clock we'll have the plenary that will sit to debate on taking decisive measures to deal with construction mafias and systematic. This issue was deliberated in our debate, honorable members. So this date will be, this plenary will discuss about that issue that is of a concern to us. On the 1st of November, from 9 o'clock to 1, the joint committees will sit. 10 o'clock to 1, the parliamentary group on international relations will have their meeting. The 4th of November is Constituency Day. The 5th of November, committees will sit from 10 to 1, and followed by the plenary at 2 o'clock on the debate that is sponsored by the ANC. On the 6th of November, from 10 to 1, committees will continue to sit, and then 2 o'clock we'll have the debate that is sponsored by the DA. 7th of November, from 10 to 12:30, the party caucuses will take place. 2 o'clock we'll have the plenary to take questions from, to pose questions to the Deputy President. I think this date, Chair, members has deliberated more on in our previous meeting, and it was adopted, the date of the 7th of November. The 8th of November, the committee, the Select Committee on Finance will sit from 9 o'clock to 12. Monday, the 11th of November is Constituency Day. The 12th of November, from 8:30 to 9:45, we'll have Committee of Chairpersons meeting. 10 to 1 o'clock, the select committees will sit. 2 o'clock, we'll have the plenary, and then the debate that is sponsored by the EFF there. And then on the 12th of November, on the 13th of November, from 8:30 to 10 o'clock, we'll have our Provincial Whips Forum. After that, the committees will continue to sit from those time 10 to 1. 14th of November, from 8:30 to 10, the programming committee meeting will sit. 10 to 12:30, party caucuses. 1:00 to 2, we'll have provincial delegates meeting. 2:00, we'll have the plenary on debate that is sponsored by the ANC. And then the last committee will sit from 5:00 to 7. The 15th of November is the joint committees. 18th of November is constituency day. The 19th of November, the select committees will sit from 10 to 1, and then plenary will follow at 2:00, and then the debate is sponsored by the MK party. The 19th of November, that is the continuation of, on the next page, of the 19th of October, or November. The 20th of November at 10 to 1, we'll have the 20th of November from 10 to 1, we'll have the select committees that will take place. And then 2:00, we'll have the debate that is sponsored by the FF Plus. And the last committee will sit at 6:00 to 8. The 21st of November, the joint program committee meeting will take place from, which is the proposal, will take place from 9:00 to 10:00. 10:00 to 12:30, we'll have party caucuses. And then 2:00, we'll have the plenary on the debate that is sponsored by the DA. And the last committee on select committee on appropriation will take place from 5:00 to 7. Then on the 22nd of November, from 9:00 to 1:00, chairperson, that is the women as parliament, the date is proposed there to have the women's parliament. And we know that this issue also was debated and by honorable members. So that we have the proposal there for women's parliament. And then the constituency day is on the 25th of November. The 26th of November, from 8:30 to 9:45, the committee or committee of chairpersons meeting will meet, followed by the select committee meetings from 10:00 to 1:00. And then 2:00, the plenary will sit to debate the debate is sponsored by the ANC. On the 27th of November, from 8:30 to 10:00, the Provincial Whips Forum, which is the closed meeting, will take place. And then the committees will sit from 10 to 1. Plenary will sit at 2:00, which is the executive statement by the ministers. The 28th of November, from 8:30 to 10, we will have the program committee meeting. 10:00 to 12:30, the party caucuses will sit. 1:00 to 2, the provincial delegates meetings will take place. At 2:00, we'll have the plenary that will the annual address by the President of South Africa to the NCOP. That will take place at 2. On the 29th of November, we'll have the Select Committee on Finance chair will meet from 9:00 to 12:00. And then the Select Committee on Appropriations will meet from 12:00 to 2. The 2nd of December is Constituency Day. On the 3rd of December, the select committees will continue to have their meetings from 10 o'clock to 1, followed by plenary at 2 o'clock, questions to the president. And then the last committee will sit from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. The 4th of December, the committees will sit from 10 to 1. And then the plenary will sit at 2 o'clock. And then the debate is sponsored by the ANC. On the 5th of December, from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, that's Men's Parliament. And this is the 2-day program that will also take place on the 9th, the 5th and the 6th of December. But is the proposal chairperson. And the 5th of December, the Select Committee on Appropriation will meet from 12 to 2, and then continue meeting the following day on the 6th of December from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Constituency Day will take place on the 9th of December. And then the 10th of December, which is Tuesday, the Select Committee on Appropriation will have their meeting from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. On the 11th of December at 9:30, plenary will sit to consider the report on Select Committee on Appropriation, and also we will have the farewell speeches to close the year, chairperson, and the leave period will start from the 17th of December and to January 2025. So members will be informed of when they are supposed to be back to the office in December, when we have the dates thereof. So Chairperson, thanks for the opportunity. That is the draft 3rd-term parliamentary program that I'm presenting to members. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Mulukume, for a detailed presentation. We'll now request members to input on what is presented before us, if there's anything that members would like to raise at this stage. Honorable Mananiso, Honorable Badenhorst, those, okay. I see there's, okay, those are the 2 hands for now. And also Honorable Mokwele. Can you hear me, honorable members?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes,
Honorable Badenhorst, you can start.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, Chair. Thank you for the opportunity to engage on the program. Chair, I just have 2 small issues. The one is with regards to the flighted program this morning. Doesn't reflect the item that was added overnight with regards to the judges' salaries. I didn't see that on the flighted program, so that's not in line with the order paper. And then I just wanted to ask, I've noticed with regards to the debates. So just to take you back in a year ago on the 9th of November, we had a debate in the House on the measures to combat protection fee syndicates and business extortion, waging a considered battle against protection fee syndicates and the extortion of communities and businesses. So that was last year. I see the ANC is now sponsoring on the 31st of October a debate on taking decisive measures to deal with construction mafias and systemic extortion in the construction industry in South Africa. And then again on the 14th of November, a debate on taking decisive measures to fight against extortion rackets and protection fee syndicates to prevent criminalization of the township and rural economies. So all three of those debates are very, very similar. And I just want to ask you if that's an oversight issue, or are we going to have three debates of exactly the same nature in the House? Maybe we should look at getting the minister to come and give us a progress on what has happened since the first debate in November, what has happened with regards to combating extortion and the criminal activities with regards to businesses. Yeah, that's my question. Thank you very much, Chair.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Badenhorst. Just so that we get a proper sense with regards to magistrates' salaries, what exactly do you want us to talk about? Because I'm asking this because we had a meeting yesterday, so I just want to get a sense of your question. What exactly do you want us to deliberate on with regards to this matter?
Yes, and thank you for the opportunity. This matter was not raised in the WIPS meeting yesterday regarding the judges' salaries. It was communicated to us this morning, and the program that we are now seeing this morning doesn't reflect the item that appears on the order paper for today. So the program and the order paper is not aligned. If we are going to add the issue of the judges as per the order paper, it should also be on our program. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. No, thanks. I've got you now. Honorable Mukweli?
No, thanks very much, Chair. Chair, mine is I want to accept the program as presented by the programming whip, but the only issue that I also want to correct, given the resolution taken previously on the issue of the that meeting of the provincial delegation, whereby we raise an issue of time, which only just for the programming to correct that is no more 1 to 2, it's now 12 to 14 hours as per the resolution. And my second issue, Chairperson, is the issue of the on the program. There is that thing of the oversight, which yesterday in our WIPARI meeting there was a sign that seems to me that the majority of department they never submitted the majority of select committee and never submitted, including the select committee that I served for education, which we initially planned to go to Gauteng and Western Cape. But apparently yesterday there was a confusion that in that week it's going to be the public hearing for that bill of older persons, which I also wanted maybe the chair of chairs to assist us. Remember, as permanent delegates, with regard to public hearings, we are not, it's not our core responsibility, it's the responsibility of the provinces. Yes, if we have time, we'll be joining them. Because if we miss the opportunity of doing oversight, Chairperson, it means that for this quarter or for this year, it will be out for us not doing an oversight. So this one, I should think maybe it's going to be the issue that the chair of chairs need to follow with the chairperson of select committee, in particular the chairperson that I'm also the committee with, that there was a confusion that maybe the chair felt that we need to prioritize hearing and leave oversight, which I should think our primary role is to do oversight. The issue of hearing, the province can still proceed with that. So, Chair, those are the two issues that I need clarity on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mukweli. Honorable Mananiso.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. One is that I'm covered, that I wanted to indicate that our report for today is not being covered for 10 October 24. And I want to just make other members at ease that they must check on the group WhatsApp group of the NCOP. The report has been submitted there and it has been approved by the select committee. Chair, just to highlight on what Honorable Beden has just asked with regards to the debate of the ANC, I think those two debates, they are different. One is about the security and two is about economy. So there's no confusion. And he can check further in terms of how it's going to unfold. But from the side of the ANC, I think we're still intact by having those two debates. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mananiso. There's a hand of Honorable Sithole. Honorable Sithole, do you still want us to talk? Okay.
Chairperson, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thanks.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Thanks. Honorable members, I will now request Honorable Mulukume to come back on the issues that are being raised.
Thanks, Chairperson. I'm not sure, I was unable to unmute myself, but thanks, and thanks, honorable members, for raising those questions. And I think what Honorable Badenhorst was saying in terms of the issues of the salaries of the judges, that should be included on the item. But the concern that I have, Chair, is also on the issue of the overnight issues that the members are submitting, because I'm always indicating to say, can we have those programs on time so that they are included on the program? But because today we have the plenary that will sit on that item, I think, Jeremy, you must just add that on the program so that it's included. And then on the issue of the debate that he has already, Honorable Mananiso, I think she has clarified on that in terms of the ANC, the debate of the ANC. So it's on security and economy. And then Honorable Mokwele on the issue of the provincial week, the party caucuses, in terms of time that was raised in the previous meeting. We'll have to check if that doesn't collide with the select committees meetings that will sit, or before we can agree with the time that you are suggesting, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. But it is noted, Honorable Mokwele will consider that. And then the issue of the oversight week, I think is raised by Honorable Mokwele again. And Honorable Ryder has clarified that issue yesterday when we were having the whips forum, in terms of them finalizing the program, and it will be included after we have received all the information from the chairpersons of the select committee, or from Honorable Ryder. He's still consolidating on that. So I think we'll have that information so that we can include it on the program. And then in terms of I think those are the questions, Chairperson, that I've noted. So thanks for the opportunity.
No, thank you very much. Advocate, is there anything that you want to add?
Chair, maybe before advocate.
Yes.
Chair, maybe the program we've never heard me properly. I was not asking about the party caucuses. I was asking about the provincial delegation meeting that normally was scheduled for 1 to 2. which we even resolved on this one. It's not something that I'm proposing now. Because when you were reading the minutes, you also indicated that we have resolved that we'll then we'll then move meeting from 12 to 1 so that we can afford provinces an opportunity to deliberate on the issue that affect their provinces. I was not referring to party caucus. Thank you, Chairperson.
No, thanks for clarity. Honorable Advocate, Advocate.
Chairperson, thank you very much. I have nothing to add. We have noted the comments. Thank you very much. You're muted.
Oh, thank you very much. No, I was saying that I think the issues have been clarified, particularly the one that has to do with the motions, formal motions that were brought before the House by the various parties. And I don't want us to stick to whether it's ANC or whatever party. Once the program is being finalized, it becomes the program of the NCOP, no longer of a particular party. And therefore, all of us, we must take own up to that. Now, I think it has been clarified to say that the first one has to do with the security cluster. Whilst I hear Honorable Badenhorst's concern that is it not one matter which has been deliberated on. But I think now the explanation is quite clear to say that the other one will touch on security issues, but the other one will touch on issues of how does it impact on the economic development or growth of this country rather. So I think we must accept it as such. Honorable members, and allow the debates to proceed as planned in accordance with the programming proposals that were put before us today. Now, the one other issue that I want to ascertain from programming whip, the issue of sector parliaments, they are matters that we are doing jointly with NA. Has those dates, proposed dates, been discussed with NA so that when we go into the Joint Programming Committee, we are not found wanting? Just as we had the Women's Parliament, we were quite proactive as NCOP to say that this is the proposed date, but NA didn't seem to be ready then. Has that been sorted out? Because we'll have it on the program. Ultimately, at the end of the day, nothing will be coming forth because of maybe there are discrepancies in terms of our programs with the NA. Can we be clarified on that?
No, thanks, Chairperson. And maybe let me indicate that secretary can assist on that. But what the information that I have is that the consultation was made even with the NA. That is why on the first program, the days of the men's parliament was not the one that we have from of the 5 to the 6. So consultation was made, and the deputy chair will also come in terms of that to give more details on that. And then lastly, Chair, if you allow me, in terms of what Honorable Mokwele was raising in terms of the time from 10 o'clock to, I want honorable members to go back to the program to check in terms of time so that we don't find ourselves wanting when these meetings are happening. If we can go to the 31st of October, I just want us to agree, honorable members, on time. The party caucuses will take place from 10 to 12:30. And then the provincial delegates meeting is 1 o'clock to 2. So the issue of time that Honorable Mukweli is raising, I think he said we agreed of 12 to 2, and you can see that the party caucuses end at 12:30, unless if we say, if we want to increase time, Honorable Chair, on that, to say we can add the 30 minutes that is left there, and then the provincial delegates meeting sit at 12 to 2. So that we don't inconvenience some of the meetings that we are having. So thanks, Chair.
No, thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Mulukume. Deputy Chairperson, can you speak to that matter that Honorable Mulukume asked you to respond on?
Yes, thank you very much, Chairperson. And yeah, what Honorable Mulukume was asking is with regard to the Women's Parliament. We had a preliminary meeting with Honorable Frolic, and he indicated to us that we are still awaiting the meeting of the joint committees on Friday, especially with regard to the formation of the multi-party Women's Caucus, because it is essential that the Women's Caucus be set up so that they are also taken on board with regard to the Women's Parliament. Then with regard to the Men's Parliament, Honorable Frolic indicated to us that the date of the 5th and the 6th December might not be appropriate because the NA will be rising at that time. And he also suggested that we should look at another date for that. And also he did mention that the beginning of January might be not suitable because of the ANC's commitments at the beginning of January. So those were the two issues that Honorable Frolic was able to give us some insight into. So we have to wait until the joint committees are set up, hopefully on Friday, and then we can take that issue forward. I hope that helps you, Honorable Mulukume, in terms of your programming. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. I see the hand of Honorable Noe. Honorable Mukweli, do you still want to come back?
Chair,
It's a legacy end.
Or is it an historic end? That's fine.
Yes.
You can lower it. That's fine. Honorable Noe.
thank you, Chair, and good morning, honorable members and staff. Chair, I'm invited by what you said, which has just been discussed around the party caucuses and permanent delegates meetings that are scheduled on the program, and your statement that said that becomes now an NCOP program, no longer a party program. What then is expected is it for the parties, therefore, to account that they have actually used that time that has been allocated to them, or it is just left like that, up to them whether they sit or don't sit? How do they account to the House that actually they have used the time that they has been allocated to them? Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much. I think, Honorable Noah, we understand that there are party caucus meetings that will have to unsee and will have to sit. That is a different matter. But the matter I was putting emphasis on its own relation to the resolutions that are being taken by the House. These were the formal motions that were before the House for debate. And accordingly, all that I was saying is that once we have finalized those motions, we know they may be coming from Freedom Front Plus or whatever the case might be. But the fact of the matter is, once they're being finalized and tabled and being made part of programming, now that becomes an institutional matter. So I thought maybe I just need to clarify that so that We don't want to bog down to debate the issue, which party has submitted what, which party has submitted that. But we agree tentatively that this becomes then a program of which all of us, we must own up to.
Thank you, Chair. I'm clear.
Yeah, okay. On that other one of Honorable Governor, what I would suggest then is that perhaps instead of firming up the dates, because it would seem like, and it is true, the committees have not yet been established, and the men's parliament as well has to be launched officially as well, because it's something that has not been there prior. So it has to be launched. Now, for us to have this date, I think it's a bit premature at this point in time. Then would request that Honorable Deputy Chair to follow up with NA, so that if we have the firm updates, as we go to the next programming meeting, we do have a sense as to which of the dates that you have finally agreed on, so that we become much more realistic. But we take your point to say that as yet nothing has been formalized, and we must bear that in mind, honorable members, and accordingly propose that we can even defer those proposed dates because it would seem like it will not be done within this quarter. So until that has been finalized, then we'll then revisit those items in our next meeting. In the meantime, we allow the deputy chairperson to work on that and then advise us as to which would be the final days, and particularly also the launch of the men's parliament before we can even start with the work. I see the hand of Honorable Molukume and Honorable Kavenda.
Please, Chair, can the chairperson come first, please? I'll come first, please.
Honorable Kavenda. Deputy Chair.
Yes. Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, what I will do is I will continue my my discussions with the NA, and once we get some further information, then I will share with the programming group, and then we can come up with some proposed dates, which we can then bring to our committee. Allow me some time to communicate with the NA. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. No, thank you very much, Honorable Molukume.
Thanks, Chairperson, and I'll make a request in this meeting in terms of us having the correct information on the programming, because before we conclude and come to the finalization of the draft program, we have the technical committees that are meeting, and also the programs are from the offices of the chairpersons, the house chair, and all who submit to my office chair. And if there's any information or changes on the program, I'll plead that, can I please have that information to say there's a change on 1, 2, 3 item before we can even come and present? Because now it seems as if, because this issue of the parliament, we got the information from the office. Now the deputy chair is saying something else. So I'm pleading that if there's a change on whatever program or item that is provided, I can be provided with that, so that I can inform or present something that I'm sure of, a chairperson. So, but I'm fine that the deputy chairperson has given clarity, and you also made an emphasis on what should happen from now on. Thanks, Chair.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Molukume. I hope your point is taken as such. Accordingly, it is true, because we can plan on something that is not within reach. So hence we are requesting that let us also work on that. And perhaps maybe one other aspect as well. From your side, you can get in touch as well, working hand in glove with the deputy chair, with the programming whip on the other side, so that we do have a sense and we firm up the dates that will suit both houses, because those are joint events that must happen within Parliament. So on that note, I think we will then defer those two items, remove them from the programming until those dates are being finalized. Thank you very much. We'll now take the last, there's two items that are remaining from the agenda, and I know that you usually combine them. So can we take the next item, which is the report on, the report on select committee business and report on legislation before select committee. Honorable Ryder.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, honourable members, and thank you for the opportunity. I must apologise, my camera is not my normal one, so I look a little bit fuzzier than normal. Thank you for the opportunity. If we can have the presentation in slide view, then we can continue immediately to slide number 1, which is the executive summary. That just confirms that there are no budget and related instruments before committees at this point. We will then cover the legislation in slides 4 to 8, and then other matters before committees in the final few slides from 9 till 11 or possibly 12. Let's take a look through. Then we move on. The next slide tells us there remain 5 Section 76 bills before the NCOP committees. There's been none added, and there's been nothing that has been dealt to conclusion as yet. The first one that we will cover relates to the marine oil pollution bill. We have touched on this bill at our last discussion. There has been some movement, and there was a briefing by the department on the 9th of October, and provinces will be briefed on the 16th of October, and written and oral submissions will then be subsequently discussed on the 4th of December. So that bill is ticking along nicely, and thank you to the committee for the proactivity on that one. Let's move to the next slide, please. That is one of the COGTA bills that's currently being processed. That's the Public Administration Management Amendment Bill. Again, there was a briefing by the department to the committee on the 11th of October, and provincial legislatures will be briefed on this bill next week. The next bill also falls in the ambit of the COGTA committee, Public Service Amendment Bill. Similarly, there was a briefing to the committee on the 11th of October, and legislators again will be briefed on the 15th of October, which is next week. And the third COGTA bill is the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill. Also, same briefing from to the department on the 11th of October 2024. It looks like, I believe there hasn't been confirmation that the provinces will be briefed on the 15th, but yeah, it would make sense if that were to happen, but there's not confirmation of that yet. We can then move on to the Social Services Committee's responsibilities. Older Persons Amendment Bill. The public hearings are set to take place during October on the 9th, 16th, 21st, and 21st until the 25th. So there will be a number of public hearings happening on this bill during the course of this month, and then negotiating mandates expected at the end of the month, and final mandates early in November. So it looks like that bill will be processed or before the end of this particular year. We then move on to the other business that is before committees. The, again, Select Committee on COGTA, which is now COGTA, I believe, but yes, indeed, they have a petition calling for the NCOP to investigate the state of water infrastructure. It relates to specific districts and locals and a water board. The opportunity has been given to the KZN Department of COGTA to respond to the petition that is scheduled to be received by the 12th of November, and the committee aims to finish that petition by the 19th of November, so obviously to get a report following the presentation from the provincial COGTA. The next slide relates to the a matter again before the COGTA committee. It's a forensic investigation of local government in terms of the Local Government Systems Act. Again, the Western Cape Department of COGTA will be presenting to the committee. That's scheduled for the 5th of November. And they expect to be further deliberations, then a report, so that the committee intends dealing with it by the 26th of November 2024, when they will produce a paper for the House. We then move on to the next one, which is a petition submitted by Mr. Nobo. This particular petition, again, will need a response from the KZN Department of COGTA. Similar date, 12th of November, when the department, the province, will be presenting to the committee, and then also aiming to finish with that following their deliberations by the 26th of November. The next one is a draft notice and schedule determining the rate from of salaries for judges. This is before the Select Committee on Security and Justice. As we've heard, sorry, okay, yes, this is where my presentation has not been updated. I beg your pardon. So, I beg your pardon, Chairperson. Yes, so this was the matter that was dealt with already last month. So this has already been through the House. The next slide, however, deals with the second part of this, which is the draft notice. And so that was the, sorry, I beg your pardon. The previous slide related to the magistrates' increases, which have already been processed. The slide in front of us now details the judges' items that were discussed by the committee yesterday, and that, as you heard from Mr. Badenhorst and Ms. Muller-Komwe, that's the item that has been added overnight to the program of the House, is on today's order paper, and it will be considered by the House, by the NCOP today for conclusion. So that, Chair, is the matter of business before committees. If I can take this opportunity, Chair, to perhaps just remind honourable members on the WIPS forum that as committee WIPS, you should also be having discussions with the committee chairpersons, so that we can make sure that everyone's on the same page, and items like some of the questions that were raised earlier could have been dealt with a simple discussion between the committee whip and the committee chair. And of course, also the importance of interacting with other committees, certainly between committee secretaries, but also between the committee whips and committee chairs of sister portfolios that fall in the same cluster. I think these are always useful and certainly help with the combining of programs, especially when we're looking towards the Oversight Week coming up, where committees comprising the same members will need to make sure that their programs dovetail sufficiently, so that it's not the House Chair of Committees team that has to deal with clashes, but these clashes can be dealt with before they come to the program committee. Thank you very much, Chair. I'm not sure that if there are any questions. Chair, I think you're still muted.
Oh, yes, I've got it. Thank you very much, Honorable Ryder. Are there any questions, honorable members? Okay, there's a hand of Honorable Mananiso.
Thank you, Chairperson. Mine is not a question, but just a comment to say that at least Honorable Ryder is noting that the report for judges' remuneration will go through today. Can it just be effected as well on the report? Thank you.
Yeah. No, certainly the programming whip will make that insertion. Suffice to say that we commend the work that has been done thus far insofar as the processing of those bills is concerned. I think there's a concerted effort by all committees to ensure that we pass through these bills, and we commend and appreciate that. We note the report as presented, and obviously the progress report to that effect will be finished from time to time until the work comes to its logical conclusion. Thank you very much for the report.
Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Honorable Ryder. Okay, we'll now move on to the last item on the agenda. Advocate, who's gonna present it?
We do have legal services to present.
Okay,
Bills
so if we
office, yes.
yes, can we allow them? Over to you.
Honorable Chairperson, honorable members and colleagues, I greet you all. The Bills Office concur with the committees on the current status of the bills that are before Parliament. Since our last communication with the Council, there has been a slight change on the status of the bills in the Bills Office. Can we go to slide number 2? Okay, on slide 2, titled Bills Before Parliament, there are 13 bills that are currently under consideration by the NA committees. Amongst the 13 bills, 2 of those bills are private members' bills, namely the South African Reserve Bank Amendment Bill, which is Bill 26 of 2018, which is before Finance Committee, and it was introduced by Mr. J.S. Malema, and the Electoral Commission Amendment Bill, which is Bill 15 of 2023, and that bill is before Home Affairs, and it was introduced by Dr. A. Lotrit. So the remaining 11 bills are executive bills, and they are also under various NA committees. Additionally to that, we have 1 bill to be referred to mediation. And then we also have bills before this council. There are 5 bills, all of which are 76 bills, section 76 bills. We have Marine Oil Pollution, Older Persons Amendment Bill, Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, Public Administration Management Amendment Bill, and Public Service Amendment Bill. Honorable Ryder has already given a comprehensive report on these bills. Can we please go to slide number 3? On slide 3, introduced bills. There are no changes since our last meetings. We still have the one-stop border post bill, which I reported on it previously. And then on slide 4, those are bills passed and sent to President for assent. Currently, we have 16 bills remaining. And then on slide 6, bills recently assented to. Currently, we have 2 bills that were recently assented by the President. It's the Basic Education Laws Amendment Bill, which is Bill 2 of 2022. This bill was assented to on the 13th of September 2024, and it's now recognized as Act 32 of 2024. And the second language for this bill is Afrikaans. The second bill that was recently assented to is the Communally Property Associations Amendment Bill, Bill 12 of 2017. This bill was also assented on the 30th of September 2024, and it is now recognized as Act 20 of 2018. And the second language for this bill is also Afrikaans. Both these bills are Afrikaans because they both amend Principal Act, which was also translated in Afrikaans. So in line with the Rule 252 of Joint Rules of Parliament. That concludes the report from the Bills Office. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Madam. I think, colleagues, we are noting the report, but also suffice to say that we just have to distinguish between, in fact, this particular report must bring the new bills that are before Parliament and as well as those that are before us. But those that are already in the process of its execution, let's have them captured under the report that was presented by Honorable Ryder. So with this one, we'll then focus on the new bills that are being introduced so that we avoid repetition and duplication. Do we agree?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Yes, yes, Madam, thank you so much. Next time, at least if you could just focus on the new bills that are introduced and then those that are in the process, then we'll have them, the status, the report from the report that we're getting from Honorable Ryder. Thank you very much, Honorable Members. Having said that, we have come to the conclusion of our meeting. Once again, thank you for your participation in this meeting. And I think up to thus far, we have executed our task quite diligently under the circumstances. It has been very tough first two quarters. And hopefully tomorrow we will be finalizing the joint committee meeting between us and NA, which will further enable ease of work amongst ourselves. Thank you once again and enjoy the rest of your week. For those that I will not be seeing, I'm going to the JSC meeting now. I will not be attending the sitting, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Zimbabwe.